Hey there, welcome to Tight Caps, or as I like to say, T-caps, where the caps are so tight, it will make your head itch. Guys, I think we might need a better slogan. Welcome back. This sketch titled Tight Caps will cover the most common causes and highly testable facts about the dermatophytes that cause Tinea Capitis. We've divided the sketch down the center, which will serve as a demarcation between fluorescent ectothrix fungi, which is on the right, and non-fluorescent endothrix fungi, which is on the left. Let's get started by introducing our store clerk and discussing the trichophyton species. He's a total bro and clearly loves the T Titans. This T Titans logo should serve to remind you of T tonsurans, which is the #1 cause of Tinea Capitis in the US. So recall that he's pointing to the sign with a recurring #1 foam finger. Now test writers will expect you to know, for reasons unbeknownst to me, the other species of tinea that cause endothrix infections. These include T. rubrum, Yowandi, Gorvili, Sudanese, and Schonleini. We'll help you with this by including a stylish accessory for each one, starting with rubrum, which we'll show with this hip beanie with a Rubik's Cube on it. We've added some black dots to the beanie because all forms of endothrix cause what's commonly known as black dot tinea due to the arthroconidia and air bubbles within the hair shaft. Now maybe you're not a Titans fan. Don't worry about it, somebody has to root for the losers, so Tight Caps has you covered with this Yao Ming hat for T. Yowande. But if you want something that screams I'm unique, maybe you'd prefer a handmade gourd hat. This gourd hat is for T. Gorvili. T. Sudanese we've chosen to show with the literal Sudanese flag on a cap, because we're a global company, and we care. We're even in fair trade with the Sudanese. Wait, I know. You're a more sophisticated fellow. Maybe you need something that you could wear to the orchestra. Look no farther than this custom beaver skin top hat. See how well it goes with a violin? The top hat with the violin is for T. violaceum. Last among the endothrix is T. Schonleini, which we've chosen to make with this shoe and put along the central divider because it has a unique feature of occasionally fluorescing under wood's lamp. Furthermore, it's the favorite shoe because it's the most common dermatophyte to cause a favus on exam. On the right-hand side will be the microsporum species. These are ectothrix and generally fluoresce under wood's lamp. While the most common cause of Tinea Capitis in the US is T. tonsurans, the most common cause worldwide is M. canis. So, let's put a canine hat next to our clerk to remind you that it is also a #1 cause. But if you're watching this video in the US, it's not commonly something you'll encounter. This form tends to be much more inflammatory than its trichophyton counterpart. And to help you remember this, recall this fire sale sign with the canine hat. The other species you should know are M. gypsium, which is shown by a unique yet definitely in style gypsy hat with feathers and all. The car lover's favorite Audi hat with the 4 silver rings for M. Audouini, and a punk rock Fergie hat for M. Phrygium. It's legit. She wore a hat just like this one, and yeah, I own 3. You know, while being in touch with popular culture is always a good idea, T-Caps knows that you have to respect the innovative artists that brought us this far, and their favorite is Picasso. Sure, this painting looks a little distorted, but that's what makes it beautiful. The distorted painting is for our last species, M. distortum. Now, for a little board fodder, do you know why these species glow? It's due to pteridine. So let's add a fun pterodactyl decoration hanging from the ceiling on the right for pteridine. Last but not least, let's cover treatments for Tinea Capitis. You can choose either griseofulvin or terbinafine, and they've both been shown to be equally effective in children and adults alike. Even though previously it was taught that griseofulvin was better in children, now it may be worth noting that griseofulvin is simply better against microsporum species, and terbinafine is better against trichophyton species. Regardless, the key point is that you have to treat for 4 to 6 weeks. To recall this, simply remember this greasy microwave oven for griseofulvin, the terbinafine desk fan, the 4 flag on the left of the desk, and the 6 golf club held by the statue on the right side of the desk. Now, let's top this sketch off with a quick wrap-up. This sketch is titled Tight Caps, discussing Tinea Capitis. On the left are the trichophyton species, which cause endothrix, or black dot Tinea Capitis, and do not fluoresce. On the right are the microsporum species, which cause ectothrix Tinea Capitis and fluoresce. The most common cause in the US is the T. tonsurans, and is shown by the T. Titans logo that the clerk is pointing to with the #1 foam finger. Other species include T. rubrum with the Rubik's Cube beanie, T. Yowande shown with the Yao Ming cap, T. Gorvili shown with the gourd hat, T. Sudanese shown by the cap with the Sudanese flag, and T. violaceum shown by the classy top hat and violin. Notably, T. schunlini is an endothrix, but can sometimes still fluoresce. It's shown by the red shoe along the central divider, and remember that it's the most common cause of favus by recalling this yellow favus-esque favorite shoe sign. On the right side of the divider, you'll see the pterodactyl, to remind you that this species fluoresce due to pteridine. The most common cause of Tinea capitis worldwide is Microsporum canis, which is much more inflammatory than trichophyton. Now, M. canis is shown by the canine cap, and you can recall the fire sale to remember that it's much more inflammatory. You should be able to recognize the other ectothrix species, including M. gypsium, M. pharyngium, M. aduini, and M. distortium, which are shown by the gypsy hat down low, fergalicious hat up top, Audi hat, and distorted artwork respectively. Lastly, recall that treatment can be either griseofulvin or terbinafine, but you have to treat it systematically for 4 to 6 weeks. Recall the greasy microwave oven for griseofulvin, the desk fan for terbinafine, and the 4 flag and 6 golf club for 4 to 6 weeks. Well, that's all for today, short and sweet. Now, get out of here before you lose circulation to that noggin.